Frontotemporal dementia poses an intricate puzzle. Unlike Alzheimer's, which tends to strike memory first, this condition often kicks off with quiet changes in how someone acts or feels. At the start, it's easy to miss the signs. You might think your partner or parent is just going through a rough patch, or maybe a late-life shift. Bruce Willis's recent journey with frontotemporal dementia has brought fresh attention to this illness, spotlighting symptoms like altered behavior, trouble with words, and struggles to connect through speech. Let's explore frontotemporal dementia today, what it means, and the 10 early clues you can't afford to ignore. Before we dive in, give that like button a tap, hit subscribe, and pass this along to your loved ones. Have you or anyone close noticed shifts in how someone behaves? Where are you joining us from? We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Frontotemporal dementia is a deeply serious matter. This group of brain conditions hits the frontal and temporal lobes, the areas that steer personality, actions, and language. It often shows up sooner than other dementias, typically catching people in their 50s or 60s. What should you watch for? Here are 10 early hints that might point to frontotemporal dementia. First up, personality changes. This often stands out as the earliest and clearest signal. Someone with frontotemporal dementia might start acting in ways that feel off or out of sync with who they've always been. A quiet soul might suddenly turn outgoing and chatty. A kind-hearted person could begin snapping or showing a cold side. A go-getter might lose all drive for their career. At first, these shifts can be faint. You might feel something's not right with them, but pinning down why proves tricky. Trust that gut feeling. Our sense about those we love often rings true, even if we can't quite explain it. Look for patterns, changes that stick around and feel unusual. Everyone has off days or rough stretches. But if someone's whole demeanor seems to have rewired over time, that's worth noting. Next, fading empathy. This is a specific twist on personality change that crops up a lot with frontotemporal dementia. Someone might stop picking up on others' emotions the way they used to. They could seem aloof or unbothered when a friend's upset. They might chuckle at the worst times, like when someone's hurt. This drop in empathy can hit loved ones hard. It might feel like the person you knew is slipping away, replaced by someone who doesn't seem to care about those nearby. No, this isn't their choice. It's the disease reshaping their brain. Third, socially off-key actions. As frontotemporal dementia progresses, people might let go of the usual social guardrails. They could blurt out blunt opinions, toss out awkward comments, or step over unspoken rules. This can leave families uneasy. You might find yourself smoothing things over after their behavior time and again. But remember, they're not choosing this. It's the illness at work. 4. Impaired judgment. People grappling with frontotemporal dementia often start making questionable calls, especially with their finances. They might suddenly dive into betting, give away hefty sums, or fall prey to obvious frauds. This can plunge families into serious money troubles. Taking charge of their financial affairs might become critical, even early on in the illness. Yet, stepping in without stirring up tension is tricky, particularly if they don't see anything's off. 5. Disinterest. While some with frontotemporal dementia grow more unrestrained, others go the opposite route. They might pull away from things that once sparked joy. Hobbies, jobs, relationships. It all starts to feel trivial. This detachment can mirror depression, and plenty of folks with frontotemporal dementia get that label first. The key difference? Depression usually brings feelings like sorrow or shame, whereas those with this condition seem unbothered by their lack of drive. It's not distress, just indifference. 6. Marked by repetitive or routine behaviors. Those living with frontotemporal dementia might pick up strange habits or stick to set patterns. They could demand things be done in an exact order or latch onto specific activities. For example, someone might abruptly start hoarding odds and ends or insist on walking the same route daily. They might set up mealtime rules, like eating items in a fixed lineup. These tendencies can test caregivers' patience, and trying to stop them often ramps up frustration. If they're not harmful, it's usually wiser to work around them when possible. 7. Changes in eating patterns. With frontotemporal dementia, shifts in how people approach food are common. Many develop powerful urges, especially for sweets. Some might eat too much, forgetting their last bite, or fail to notice when they're full, piling on more than they need. On the other hand, some with this condition lose all enthusiasm for meals. They might need a nudge to eat, or settle into repeating the same dish day after day. These swings can lead to big ups and downs in weight. Tensions around meals can flare up, piling extra strain on caregivers already juggling tough duties. 8. Struggles with complex tasks. In the early stages of frontotemporal dementia, basic recall usually holds firm, but wrestling with deeper thought processes gets tough. Arranging travel plans, keeping tabs on money, or working through a detailed recipe can overwhelm some. This stands out at work. Someone who once shone might start slipping, making mistakes, or falling behind. Adapting to fresh tools or tech can throw them off. At first, many try to mask these hiccups, offering excuses or sidestepping harder jobs. As time rolls on, though, these difficulties get harder to sweep under the rug. 9. Language troubles. For some, with frontotemporal dementia, words start to slip early on. It shows up in different ways, like fumbling for the right term. We've all had a word dance just out of reach, but for them, it happens more often. They might toss in a close but wrong substitute, saying door instead of window. The meaning of words starts to drift. Over time, some lose their hold on less common terms. Others dial back their chatter, eventually going mostly quiet. Some repeat what they hear, bouncing back questions or phrases instead of replying directly. These word woes can grate, both for the person and those trying to talk with them. Figuring out new ways to connect often calls for patience and a bit of ingenuity. 10. Lack of self-insight. One of the toughest aspects of frontotemporal dementia is that those affected often don't realize anything's wrong. They might notice small hiccups, like struggling to find words, but the bigger shift in who they are escapes them. This blind spot can make them reluctant to seek help. Suggesting something's off might spark irritation, or they could brush it off with alternate explanations for their behavior. It's key to recognize that not everyone with frontotemporal dementia will show all these signs. The condition varies widely, painting a different picture for each person. Plus, many of these clues could point to other issues. Depression, stress, thyroid problems or other health conditions can mimic them. If you spot these patterns in yourself or someone close, handle it with sensitivity and respect, but don't downplay their weight. Make an appointment with a doctor, preferably a neurologist skilled in brain-related conditions. Pinpointing the exact problem can be a long, winding road. Frontotemporal dementia isn't as common as Alzheimer's, so some doctors might not know it well. Confirming it often takes multiple visits and tests. That clarity matters. While there's no cure yet, Treatments can ease symptoms. Knowing what's happening lets you plan ahead and tap into the support you need. Caregiving, awareness, and closing. Looking after someone with frontotemporal dementia requires putting your own health first. Caregiving can take a heavy toll on your physical and emotional state. Make sure to carve out time for rest, ask for help when you need it, and keep up with your own friendships and hobbies. One of the toughest parts of this condition is how it often strikes during a person's peak years. Many get diagnosed in their 40s or 50s, which might mean stepping back from a thriving job or juggling young kids alongside the disease's demands. A big challenge with frontotemporal dementia is how little known it is compared to other dementias. This can make it harder to find understanding or support from those around you. People might struggle to make sense of the behaviors, especially since memory often seems fine. Because it's less recognized, frontotemporal dementia gets far less research funding than more common types like Alzheimer's. Progress is happening, though. Scientists are hard at work, digging into what drives this illness and hunting for better ways to treat it. Right now, the spotlight's on, spreading the word. Knowing the early signs of frontotemporal dementia helps you catch it sooner. An early diagnosis won't stop the disease, but it gives you and your loved ones a chance to plan smartly and make the most of the time you have. If this video struck a chord with you, toss it a like and pass it along to others. It might just be the nudge someone needs to focus on their brain health. You never know who it could reach. Have you noticed these signs in yourself or someone near? Drop a comment. Let's talk it out. Want to stay in the loop with vital health insights? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got fresh videos coming your way every week. Your likes and thoughts really keep us going. They show us what you're eager to see next. Before you go, check out these 2 videos we've picked out for you. You'll love them. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Take care. Additional segment on dementia. Warning signs. Who would have thought that shifts in behavior or a slip in memory might signal more than just getting older? Sadly, many people brush off the early hints of dementia, missing the chance for timely treatments and pushing back a proper diagnosis. But what if you could spot these clues right from the start? In this video, we'll uncover 10 early dementia signs that often go unnoticed. Catching these red flags could be the key to improving life quality and providing better care. How do you separate everyday absent-mindedness from something more serious? Which changes should you really pay attention to? And most importantly, what steps can you take now to slow or even prevent dementia's advance? Stick with us to get answers to these core questions. Before we jump in, hit that notification bell, subscribe to Incredibly Healthy, and give this video a thumbs up. It's the best way to ensure you don't miss out on helpful insights like these. Oh, and drop a comment below to tell us where you're tuning in from. We'd love to learn a bit about you. Dementia isn't just one disease. It's a cluster of symptoms sparked by damage to brain cells, affecting how we think, act, and remember. These changes can throw a wrench into everyday life. The main types include Alzheimer's, which hits memory and behavior hard. Vascular dementia, tied to blood flow problems. Lewy body dementia, known for causing hallucinations. And frontotemporal dementia, which reshapes personality and behavior, often striking younger folks. Grasping these differences is vital for finding the right care and improving life for those affected and their loved ones. Let's dive into the 10 early dementia signs that too often slip under the radar. Additional signs. 1. Memory slips. Trouble with short-term memory can be one of the first clues of dementia. Someone might start forgetting recent chats or misplace everyday items like keys or glasses. They could miss important dates or repeat the same questions, which can wear on both them and their loved ones. When these memory hiccups begin disrupting daily routines, it's time to seek a doctor's input. Catching it early opens up more care possibilities. 2. Trouble with words. We've all blanked on a word now and then. That's normal. But if someone's constantly stumbling over words and it muddies their ability to express themselves, it might hint at dementia. Watch for things like swapping in the wrong terms, struggling to name simple objects, or dodging conversations out of embarrassment. Clear communication is a lifeline for relationships and well-being. So if this rings a bell, a medical check-in is a smart move. 3. Fading enthusiasm. Losing interest in activities that once sparked joy can be an early, often missed sign of dementia. This apathy might look like skipping outings, pulling back from friends, or letting favorite hobbies gather dust. They might seem detached at gatherings or stay home without a clear reason. It's easy to chalk this up to a low mood, but if it lingers, it could point to deeper brain shifts. Spotting this and getting help can make a big difference in offering support. 4. Frequent tumbles. Do you find yourself tripping more than usual? Sure, everyone stumbles sometimes, but research ties repeated falls to early Alzheimer's. A 2021 study in Frontiers of Neuroscience found that older adults with Alzheimer's were more likely to have fallen or had accidents in the year before their diagnosis compared to those without it. Keeping an eye on these incidents and talking to a doctor can help catch any hidden cognitive trouble early. 5. Confusion in familiar spots. Getting turned around in places you know well is a common and worrying early dementia sign. Someone might forget the way to the corner store or a buddy's house they've visited for years. This isn't just a senior moment. It could signal a glitch in the brain's sense of direction. If this happens often, it's worth a doctor's visit, as wandering off in known areas can be risky and hint at cognitive decline. 6. Sleep disturbances. Sleep problems can be an early clue of dementia, showing up as either too much drowsiness or trouble resting. Shifts like struggling to drift off or waking up repeatedly at night are common among those with cognitive decline. Some types like Lewy body dementia even tie into unusual sleep behaviors. Think talking or jerky movements during dreams. These interruptions don't just drag down quality of life. They can worsen other brain challenges. Noticing these patterns and checking in with a doctor could be a game changer for overall well-being. 7. Slouched posture and walking woes. Physical signs like a bent-over stance or trouble moving smoothly can hint at dementia. A slower step or shaky balance might stem from the condition's impact on coordination and stability, often brushed off as just aging or joint trouble. These could signal brain changes when paired with mental shifts. Catching these physical cues and getting a medical opinion is key to spotting the disease early and finding the right help. 8. Struggles with simple tasks. Everyday chores that once felt second nature might start to stump someone. Trouble with things like following an easy recipe, settling a bill, or fixing a quick snack can point to early dementia. What used to flow naturally might now leave them flustered or lost. This shows the brain grappling with processing and action. Don't let these slip by. Reaching out for expert advice is a must. A quick update before we go on. I've got some exciting news. We're thrilled to announce that channel memberships are now available. For a small monthly fee, you can unlock cool perks like polls, quizzes, exclusive shorts, faster replies to your comments, early peeks at new videos, plus special emojis and loyalty badges. It's a fantastic way to support us and connect even more. Just hit the join button and let's make this journey even better together. 9. Fading social spark. A quiet pullback from conversation or mingling can be a subtle but telling dementia sign. Someone might dodge chats, skip family hangouts, or stay silent in groups. It's easy to peg this as bashfulness or tiredness, but if it sticks around, it suggests the brain's struggling to keep up socially. Keeping communication alive and seeking a doctor's input can lift their spirits and life quality. 10. Fixed stare with little eye motion. Some studies suggest a link between cognitive decline and changes in the retina's center, where a dead zone might grow, a potential red flag for brain disease. Research from JAMA Ophthalmology in 2018 found this retinal shift could show up at eye exams up to 17 years before Alzheimer's kicks in. Other signs, like a blank stare showing a lack of focus or engagement, plus losing depth perception, muddling how they see the world, tie into tougher stages of dementia. Prevention and final remarks. Steps to ward off dementia. You can bolster your brain's defenses against dementia with simple, effective habits. Research shows that pairing a Mediterranean diet, packed with fish, olive oil, veggies and whole grains, with regular exercise, like a 30-minute daily walk, can slash the odds of neurodegenerative diseases. Keeping your mind sharp matters too. Dive into enjoyable pursuits like reading, dancing, playing strategy games, or picking up a new language. Staying connected with friends and family is just as vital. It boosts brain function and sparks new neural pathways. Plus, aiming for about 7 hours of solid sleep lets your brain flush out toxins naturally. Rounding out this brain shield means ditching habits like smoking or heavy drinking, while keeping blood pressure, cholesterol, and sugar levels in check. Routine eye and ear checkups, safeguarding against head injuries, and easing stress with relaxation tricks all weave together into a strong safety net, stretching out your mental vitality. Noticing any of these early dementia signs in yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this video hit the mark for you, just type yes down there too, and don't miss these 2 videos we've picked out. They're tailored just for you. Thanks for watching.